Start of a new week. We're getting closer to the Olympic break when we should or will be able to at least take a step back and assess things. It's not getting any clearer on either side of the conference divide.
Mud. It is mud everywhere when you think about it. And then just when you think that you are seeing some trends that say, wow, like Vegas is really playing well. Vegas looked fantastic in Toronto on Friday night. They go to Ottawa. I actually was going to text you. Was the rookie party in Ottawa for the Golden Knights? I'm not sure they have any rookies, but they were awful.
An emotional drop-off? Are you surprised?
Emotional drop-off? Like that? That's like falling into the Grand Canyon.
You got a team that was coming off getting humbled the night before, desperate in Ottawa, trying to save their season. And if we want to talk about parity, there's not much margin for error. And Vegas had won 8 of 10 going into that game.
I think that's what surprised me. I think that's what surprised me more than anything. We're trying to find. To your point, we're trying to find trends.
There are no trends. It's just chaos.
I know. It's just when a team wins 6 in a row and then loses 4 in a row, and then it's crazy. What's happening in this season?
Okay, you take all the teams that are out, both sides.
Okay.
How many total teams that are outside the playoff picture right now will get in? Is it 5? That's a lot.
No, it's not 5.
3? It doesn't seem like enough given how stacked up the standings are.
2.
That's it.
Yep. In my opinion, that's it.
2 total. 1 from each side, let's say.
Well, that's what I'm looking at. One from each side. I mean, it's crazy.
That's very conservative. A lot more than I am, but I don't know where the number gets to.
But and for those people who are wondering who do I think it is, I do think Florida will get in. I do think Florida will find a way to scrounge its way back to the playoffs. Just
more separation in the East than there is in the West, that's for sure.
And one way or the other, they're either 3 points out of a wild card or 4 points out of third place in the Atlantic Division. And I when you look at that group of teams in the West that are fighting for a spot, I think when you look at trends and you look who's hot and who's not, you got LA, Seattle, Nashville. I'm going to wince a little bit and say Chicago, fighting for either the wild card spot or a division spot. And I just don't see much change, and so I'm just saying 1. And I believe it or not, I think it might be the Nashville Predators.
The influence of the Olympic break and teams being able to get healthy or teams losing players due to injuries. Hope it doesn't happen at the Olympics. That's going to skew the landscape even more.
You're absolutely right. It is what we're seeing with the schedule. What we're seeing with timelines of injuries, it's going to be interesting to see. And then, obviously, I think a lot of teams have said we are going to decide at the Olympic break whether we are buyers or sellers.
Yeah.
And then we're going to figure out what happens in that 10-day window before the trade deadline when play resumes on the 25th of February. To see what happens. So we may end up with a bunch of teams, a lot larger group of teams selling than I think we anticipated as well, Daren.
I think you're wrong on the 2 teams. And when I heard that, I almost flipped you the bird.
Well, don't go there.
I almost did it because the world's. I do
not want to be making headlines like that.
No. Doug MacLean's coming up. I bet you he's flipped a bird or 2 to people.
I think he's done it to both of us.
Yeah. He's guaranteed he's done it to me.
So he and I got into a huge argument when I was running hockey night, and he was the coach of the Florida Panthers. And it was like, oh yeah, in Pittsburgh before Game 7 of that series against the Penguins, and we got into a complete shit show outside the Panthers room, and I swear he was using it as motivation to his players. So because every player heard every word.
Why would he be mad at you?
Oh, because we wanted to do a special opening of this group of Florida Panther players. Like, who are these guys? Who are these guys? And this, of course, he made a big stink about that, and we laughed.
He had the back of his team, right? He had his team's back.
He was. We know who we are, the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, they heard him in Philadelphia from Pittsburgh, so that's how loud he was. So.
Well, I'm not going to bring it up with him, but it's going to be an interesting take, one way or the other, on what happened with William Nylander and the Toronto Maple Leafs, the fans and the camera on the weekend when we join Doug MacLean on 100% Hockey. Next with Millard and Shannon.
NHL TV is now on DAZN. Hockey lives here.
Here we go.
Watch every game from every team. The best players in the world. And the coldest plays on ice. Watch up to 4 games at once for the ultimate NHL experience. Sign up now at DAZN.
I always think we should keep it so short off the top when we've got Doug MacLean on, because there's so many different avenues that we want to get to, and we don't get to talk. So we get to take a break when Doug MacLean joins us on 100% Hockey. Are you ready for this extravaganza?
I'm exhausted from shoveling snow today, so I don't want to talk. So.
Doug did not do any of that.
Did you get the bird feeder cleaned off, Shannon?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, no, I see. Doug, just for the record, the bird feeder gets put away for the winter time, okay? So that you don't have to worry about me feeding and doing the right thing for the Audubon Society, so that I don't know why you don't like birds, but that's another story for another day.
That's when they need the feed, is in the winter time.
Yes.
Because they can't get it.
Shannon, no. There's lots of feed. There's just the camera doesn't work at -5.
So
you're a fair weather feeder.
They get fed. They get fed all the time.
We leave the poison outside the cottage all winter for our.
Don't no. Now people are going to be all over you.
Up in
and now people on the island are going to think that's that damn Doug MacLean again. There he goes.
Anyway, listen, I have to apologize. I'm just having my protein drink here, which I have to drink after I finish my. Jill gave me a wonderful Christmas present this year. She gave me the use of a strength coach for 6 months. So I've been with them this morning, and that was why I couldn't come on till later, because I had to have my strength training session, and then it's a must that I drink my protein drink after my workout. Mm-hmm. So I'm here. I said to him, I asked my wife if she's noticed a change in my body composition, and after 3 weeks, and Jill said, no, she hasn't. And he said, well, you just got to wait a few more months. So that's what I'm doing.
By the way, what is Jill really telling you when to give you, and she gives you that for Christmas?
She just wanted me to get strong, because as you age, it's critical that you keep your strength up, so she's concerned about me.
What's a Doug MacLean workout?
Well, this is a strength training class that I just go to with my own personal guy. So I go twice a week for strength training.
And what are you doing? Are you doing squats? You doing
using the bands?
Today was strictly upper body.
Yeah,
strictly upper body, and ended with the ropes. Like I watched Jerome McGinley and Connor McDavid do. I did the hockey workout with.
I can't wait for the Doug MacLean T-shirt that says "Curls for Girls."
So anyway, that's my life. That's my life right now. It's great.
Oh,
unbelievable.
Well, that's good. I was, because you. I was going to notice that you might need some of that stuff. I'm glad Jill did that for you. I'm really happy for you.
Yeah, no, I was thrilled. I mean, I get her a diamond necklace and I get a workout guy. It's great.
Well, you'll be in good shape to watch the Olympics. You'll be able to sit back and enjoy that buff body and watching Canada and the U.S. battle in Milan Cortina.
Seriously, that may be the most excitement I've had about hockey in a long time. I know you get excited about Vegas going into Toronto. I know that excites you, but my excitement is Canada versus U.S. That's my excitement, you know.
By the way, Daren's not as excited. Daren's not that excited when Vegas goes into Ottawa, though. Oh my gosh!
No. Mm-hmm.
What was that?
What was that all about? Anyway,
there's stumbles along the way. I've told you this. We're seeing more of these lopsided games this year, I think it's because of the schedule.
I think it was the excitement of knowing Ullmark is finally coming back to play for them, that he actually practiced with them, you know.
Oh, he backed up. He backed up.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he was on the bench.
Oh, he backed up. Oh, well, that. So I got to believe it was the excitement of that. I know there wasn't a lot of excitement from the teammates when he was out, but anyway, they need him back bad, and he's got to come back and play well. That's critical for this team, because I look today, guys. Am I wrong that there's 10 teams fighting for 2 spots in the East?
Yeah. Yep.
10 teams fighting for 2 spots that are.
And Ottawa should be in there, right?
Right, within a 5-point grouping. It's crazy. Like, the island. The only way, like for instance, Columbus. I look at them, and I'd love to see them sneak in. I'd like to see Buffalo sneak in. But you're looking at it. It's like that tight, and the only way you get in is if you get 3rd place in the Metropolitan. You look at the other side. I think the 3 places may be already taken in the other division in the East, but in the Metropolitan, it's still that 3rd spot for sure is wide open. You know, so that's where Columbus are not trying to get a wild card. They're trying to get 3rd in the wild card. Will be tougher to get than the actual 3rd in the East, probably. Will it?
And they're at present they're 4 points behind the Islanders. So for that 3rd spot.
Yeah.
Okay, so put your president's hat on here, Mr. President. You're sitting.
You mean president of the United? You mean president of the United States?
No, oh, okay. No, president of your hockey club. You know, please. We're an apolitical show. We try to have fun here. Okay. And
I would put 100%. I know what you're going to ask me. I'd put 100% tariff on the kid that was in the press box the other night.
I was going to say, so you're sitting in your private suite. You're watching the game. Whistle blows. You look up and you see one of your injured players.
Yeah. Give
the TV camera the finger. My question to you is, how quick would you be out of your private box down to where the player was?
I'm serious. First of all, I would have been the same if I saw him up there with a muscle shirt on 2 weeks ago, with the muscle shirt on in the press box. I mean, the players want to express their identities. I get it. I understand the clothes. Look, it was put in place. But the genesis of the wardrobe change was not to dress like that. I can't believe it was. I can't believe that the PA envisioned players sitting with muscle shirts on in the box and showing up at games like that. So that bothered me alone. And I know I'm old school, I'm old fashioned, I get all that. But what he did last night, I said to somebody this morning, like, a junior player wouldn't even consider doing that, or he'd be kicked off. He could get kicked off the team. Like, what is he thinking about? This is a leader on your team, one of your core leaders, one of your highest paid players, and you do that? I hated it.
But it's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. No, it's not the end of the world, but I hated it.
No, but you know what? It's not correct. Do you think it should be?
No,
just
it's not correct. But it's
there?
not like, oh my goodness, this is the second coming of the collapse of the greatest bridge in the world. It's not that.
So what did he mean by it?
It's just having fun and being goofy.
Yeah,
That's all he was. He was just being goofy.
I got to tell you something.
Tasteless.
If you're assistant GM or a director of amateur scouting or director of pro scouting or whatever your role is, and a fan in the building screams up at my box and is out of control yelling at me, and I give him the finger, okay? I can guarantee you that I would be called in by ownership and dealt with it. Because as a matter of fact, it happened when I was with the Red Wings, and I get into it with a fan in the press box. And I get called in by Jim Lights, who was the president of the team, and said, hey, that is not the way you act to your fan base when you're an assistant GM. And I agreed 100% with him. So to me, it's not the end of the world. It's disrespectful to your fans, to the people that are sponsors of the TV broadcast. I just thought it was disrespectful, and especially, I mean, I could understand if a kid did it, like by a mistake, but this is a veteran leader on your team.
How would you have handled it then?
I would have called him in and told him what I thought of it, and I would have had him do an apology. That's what I would have done.
He has done. He has done an apology on Instagram, but did not do it. Did not stand in front of the media. Did not stand in front of the fans and voice the apology.
Yeah.
I would have made. I tell you what. I'm almost to the point where I think he should have stood just like the coach did, like Matthews did, like McCabe did after the game, and apologize verbally. And then I think that they should announce that he's going to do a clinic for underprivileged kids at an outdoor rink in 3 weeks. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's stupid. It's stupid, and it's embarrassing. This is the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah,
this is supposed to be a team with class, and this is embarrassing.
I think you guys are making a little bit more out of this than it really is.
What if a member of the Vegas Golden Knights would do it? What would happen there?
It would be dealt with, but it wouldn't become a global issue like it has.
I'm not saying it's a global issue at all.
This is significant because it was a Toronto Maple Leaf doing it.
Okay, so just a minute. You asked me what I thought of it. I gave you my opinion. So now you're
no. I was just playing off John.
Based on what you're saying, Daren, should we even talk about it?
No, it'd be
push it under the mat. Push it under
funny
the mat.
and goofy, but
no,
not,
it's not. It's not funny or
not
goofy.
Leading every
it's
podcast
not
or sports show.
It's not fun. Well, so should there be newspaper articles written about it?
Sure, but not leading. Not ahead of the game, which is what it did. It flooded everybody's feed yesterday. Took over from all the games.
But that tells you how important it is to people.
Yeah, it's how much Toronto takes over. If that was Columbus, or if that was San Jose, if that was Anaheim, how much play would it really have got?
See, I disagree with that, because when I did the thing in Detroit, it was in 1994. And it was a big issue with our organization. And I was the assistant GM at the time. It was a big issue. It was lack of respect to our fans that are paying to come to watch us play, and at that, paying a lot of money. So does it make any difference that
it was to the camera instead of to a fan?
The TV to fan, you're essentially doing it to your fans. The fans are the ones watching. You know what I'm saying? I guess that you're on your TV broadcast to entertain your team's fans first and foremost. But more than that, I guess I'd say, with everything that's going on, with the way the team is played, with the way the team is really struggling in a homestand after a good road trip where they looked like they were coming around, a player that's having an off year, due to injuries, I give him that. the leadership of the team is being questioned. There's no denying that. I just think the timing and everything about it is, and I don't want to make it into like I don't know the kid. He's probably a great kid. Gord Miller's comment to me summed it up when he said on TV, I don't think so.
William. I thought that Gord handled it really well.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I thought he did too. But
when
anyway,
your injured players are making headlines, there's an issue. That's where I will.
And when your leadership is being questioned, when your leadership of the team is being questioned, and I dare say that leadership has been questioned all season.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, now my bigger question is, and I said this to my strength coach today.
By the way,
I know where you're going.
We need a name.
I know where you're going at this.
We need a name.
Please be kind to our friend Craig Berube.
I said to Jason, my strength coach, this morning, I watched on the weekend where the head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs got a 50-stitch cut working out in the weight room. Can you tell me what the hell he was doing that he got and he said, well, I don't know. But he said, there is an exercise where you put your weights on your forehead and it's called a skull crusher. So he showed me how you do it. And I said, okay, I'm not going to do that one today. Seriously.
Well, what's the skull crusher?
It's where you put it right on your forehead, and you do.
Oh, okay.
Skull crusher. You've never heard of that? I had neither.
I've never heard of that one.
Well, that's because you don't have a strength coach like I do.
You set me up for that. That was well done. That was nasty. Good on Craig Berube for coaching these games. Good on Craig Berube.
I really like Craig Berube. I liked him when he was a player. I really stand-up guy. I mean, he never played for me, but I coached against him. And, he was always a stand-up guy. So I really like him, and I really hope, he has some success here. They got to get in the playoffs, though. Oh, my God. I mean, it's that tight right now. Anybody – like, I'm looking at Jersey, who I picked to be a contending team this year. They're fighting for their lives. I mean, it's good teams that I didn't expect to be. I would have said – I said going into the year, I thought one of Toronto or Ottawa would make the playoffs. I said that. One of the two would make it. There's maybe both of them will. I hope they do, because I'd like to see them play each other again in the playoffs, but we'll see. It's a race like I've never seen in a long time.
And a lot of teams that were in last year are out. It's not just the battle.
And that's what happens, because eventually, these rebuilding teams that have been on 14-year rebuilds and 9-year rebuilds, eventually they get it right. And you look at a Detroit who've been 9 years out of the playoffs. Can you believe, like I was talking to Jimmy Devellano this summer, and I said, Jimmy, 9 years. He said, Doug, I just can't believe it when I hear that the Detroit Red Wings have been 9 years out of the playoffs. And he's a vice president with them. And it's that hard to believe. Buffalo, 14 years. Ottawa, they were up to 7 or 8 or whatever they were. Columbus is now, this will be 6. Eventually, these teams get in, and then the other teams falter and start the rebuild.
You got to be
Vancouver rebuild. The Vancouver rebuild is going to be fun to watch.
Let's take a break. Let's take a break and we'll come back with that.
Before we just let's finish the East here second. So because you got to be thrilled for your pal Lindy, though.
I am thrilled for Lindy, and we had talked a little bit before when things were going south, and they won the 4 in a row. They win 4 in a row, and then Kevin Adams gets fired, and then they win 10 in a row, whatever. But I'm thrilled. I talked to Lindy quite a bit last summer, and he thought they were a pretty talented group. They just needed a little. Well, they needed goaltending, number one. And they needed, some of their veteran guys to take a little more ownership. He didn't say this. I'm saying it now. But good on Lindy. But hard to believe this. And I said this at sometime early in the year. Lindy Ruff is the 4th winningest coach in NHL history. So I dare say the problem wasn't Lindy Ruff. Fourth winningest coach in NHL history. That is an amazing accomplishment.
Well, he had a tremendous amount of success in Buffalo the first time around. He really did when you think about it. Yeah. And Dallas.
100%. Yeah. And look, I know Lindy was with me for a couple of years. I know how good a coach he is. And I know how good a hockey man he is. So it looks good on them. Kevin, could they have won 10 in a row if Kevin stayed? I mean, they'd won 4 in a row on a road trip, and now Kevin gets fired. I mean, Kekalainen, have they added one player since Kekalainen took over? And I dare say that the guy they brought in from Columbus as assistant GM and Mark Bergevin I can't believe they've impacted the team yet. Maybe they will in the future. But I think obviously something has changed, because obviously something Kekalainen has said has changed it. Maybe he said you're all on the clock. Maybe that's what helped. But God, if that's all it took, Kevin should have said that.
I think he did, but then he also talked about palm trees. So,
yeah, that's true. Too bad. Anyway, that's what happens. It's a tough business, tough business.
4-point cushion right now for the Buffalo Sabres on a playoff spot. We'll come back with more with Doug MacLean on 100% Hockey. Stay with us with Millard and Shannon.
Car shopping should be exciting, not exhausting. That's where Car Gurus comes in. They have advanced search tools, unbiased deal ratings, and price history, so you know a great deal when you see one. It's no wonder that Car Gurus is the #1 rated car shopping app in Canada. When you're car shopping on your phone, it shouldn't be a maze. You need to see all the information. With the Car Gurus app, you can. Powerful search tools that you see deal ratings, price history, and dealer reviews on listings all in one place. And you can turn on real-time price drop alerts so you never miss a great deal. Car Gurus connects you with trusted dealerships when you're ready, ensuring a transparent, hassle-free buying process. Buy your next car today at cargurus.ca. Make sure your deal is the best deal. That's cargurus.ca. cargurus.ca.
You can catch 100% Hockey on all your favorite podcast platforms, as well as the full episodes on YouTube. You can catch Doug MacLean doing his Skull Crusher impersonation.
We might have to get Skull Crusher t-shirts, Daren.
God, I was doing the exercise today with 20 pounds, and as I would go up, I'd have to bring my legs in. Oh my God!
Oh, it helps your core.
That was called an abdominal crusher. That one.
Oh God!
You want me to go through all the exercises?
I would pay money to be sitting there in the gallery watching Doug at the gym.
Now, are you wearing the sleeveless shirt in the gym?
Oh, of course.
Same as Nylander. I wear the same one as Nylander wore in the press box.
You know how much his shirt is worth?
The only difference from Nylander and me wearing the muscle shirt is there was 3 women that were doing a little bit of yoga, stretching off to the side, and they were all laughing at me today. So, other than that, it was good.
on your old team, Columbus, they were 500 when they made the coaching change. It was a year and a half into Dean's job, and Dean and I are friends. So, and you're still have an affinity for Columbus. It's worked. They're back into it, not in a playoff spot, but they're in contention. What do you think of the move when you first heard it, and what's your assessment now?
Well, it's interesting because it's pretty bizarre, because Jill and I had dinner with Rick and Judy Bonus probably a week and a half before the announcement, down here in Delray. And, we talked a little bit about Columbus as we did Dallas and as we did everywhere, Winnipeg, because we're talking over a 2-hour dinner. But it caught me a little off guard when he got the job. I thought my first thought was, Rick's a good fit for a struggling team. But here's what bothered me a little bit about it. I don't know Dean Evason at all. I've watched him play. I've watched him coach. or I watched him play, watched him coach, but I never have really known Dean. I might have said hello to him, but you win a big game on the road, and you're coming home to 6 of your next 7 at home against a fairly weak schedule, which included Calgary, a couple other teams that were really struggling. And I thought, and then you get fired. Whereas I can guarantee you, Dean was thinking after that win on the road, I think it might have been in Utah they won in overtime or somewhere. They were coming home to 6 of the next 7, a really positive part of their schedule. And they thought they could climb back in it, and he gets fired. So that would bother him. I mean, that would really piss him off, is what it would do, you know? But you can't take away from Rick coming in, who is a positive guy, has been a lifer, and has a good feel for what has to happen, whether it's short term, long term, I don't know. But I thought it was a good choice. I don't like seeing a guy get fired a year and a half into a job either. I don't like seeing that. But
he gets his money.
Things were getting hot in Columbus. There was starting to be a lot of criticism of ownership. The fan base was starting to get antsy. 25 years ownership. What's going to take? When's this going to happen? 25 years in the league, the worst winning percentage of any team over that 25-year period. There was starting to be a lot of talk, and when that starts, somebody pays a price for it, and it's not going to be the owner, and in most times it's not going to be the president. It's going to be somebody down,
Mm-hmm.
And, so it didn't really surprise me. And Dean's the players I've talked to, and I have talked to a couple, he's tough. He's tough on them. He's hard on them. Would you agree with that, Daren?
Oh yeah, he's intense and he's hard.
Yeah.
I think he gets painted too much with that. I think he's fair too, but he's definitely more on the intense side.
Yeah, and that's fair. There's nothing wrong. It's not a criticism, but when things go really south, sometimes those guys get singled out a little more, which is not always fair. I hope he gets another job somewhere.
Well, you touched on Vancouver earlier. What do you make of what they're going to have to do there?
Well, I don't know. I shot my mouth off a year or so ago, which I don't typically do, as you know. And I said to them, I don't know if I've said this to you guys, but I said it on Nick's show, that I'm watching Vancouver this time last year, and I'm watching them, and I'm sitting there thinking, are you kidding me? They have one Canadian on their team. One Canadian on their team. And I'm thinking, am I Don Cherry or what? But that's what I'm watching. How can that? And then I look at Vegas, who have 8 guys in the Western Hockey League on their team. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think there's something going on here. Anyway, it's gone on. It's gone off the rails, which is, by the way, I do a segment called Off the Rails on Fridays on Nick's show. For anybody that hasn't heard that, little promo.
Now, and of course, that reflects in your salary when you promote that.
The salary is off the rails, too. It's so far off the rails that I've never seen a check.
You don't get any money from him?
Oh, look. No, but I do other things for him. I got set up golf for him for next weekend here in Florida when he's down here at the Olympic break. I've set up golf. By the way, check this out. I'm taking Nick to Indian Creek Golf and Country Club.
You are? Wow.
To play on the Saturday, the 6th or 7th at Indian Creek, which is it's the course off Miami on its own private island. And, Bezos lives there, and Tom Brady and the Kushners, Donald Trump's son-in-law and daughter, they live. I mean, it just a group of people. So I want to treat Nick right, like how he treats me with Off the Rails.
Who do you think you guys will get paired up with?
Carl Icahn lives there, who's the head. I hope I don't get paired up with him. And I don't know. I think that I guarantee you. I told you the story about what happened when I was there a few weeks ago. My good friend Dorian DeMorgian invites me there. He's a member, so he invites me there.
Dorian.
I played
He's a
the
good
member
man.
guest.
He's a good man.
I played the member guest with him. So he said, come on, we're going to play. This was 2 months ago with a friend of his. So anyway, we play. Guys, really, we have lunch first and we go and play. And he, I introduce his name. He introduces his name, and Steve's his name. And we played, and I was thrilled because he was worse than I was. So that made me feel better. We finished the game, and the valet I drove, so the valet brings my car up, and it's a royal blue SUV. And I think, okay, Dorian gets in. And then Steve walks by the front of our car, and he said, guys, hey, let's get together with the wives. And as he gets into his royal blue car, which is identical color of Jill's SUV, and he gets in his royal blue Rolls Royce, but he gets in the back door of it because there's a guy driving it. And I said, what's Steve's last name? And he goes, oh, that's Steve Tanger, Tanger Outlet Malls, He owns Tanger Outlet Malls. I said, oh, okay, well, good. So that's who I played with last time. So this time it'll be Dorian and Kipper, and I'm not sure who if you run into Kipper, mention to bring $150. Bring $150 to help pay for the caddy, will you? U.S.
Yeah.
Cash. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it.
Did you tell Steve that you've got a personal strength coach?
He could tell by my swing.
Hey, it's a thing when you join a foursome and you don't know everybody, and you are not the worst guy. It's such a relief.
Oh no! And you know what? You know how many times that's happened to me? Shannon can attest to this because we were at the Danny Galvin a couple of years ago. And usually what happens is one of the foursome is giving me tips by the third or fourth hole. And if it's not one of the foursome, it's the caddy that's giving me tips because he's goddamn sick of looking for my balls.
Oh.
So, and who was the guy? Ian
Leggett, yeah.
Ian Leggett was giving me tips because he was tired watching me too. Great guy.
He was tired on the first tee. Are you kidding me?
I actually outdrove Shanny one of the holes on that 18
downhill with the wind.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you got all of it. That's good. Let's complete it. The Olympics. You are legitimately excited about what's going to happen in Italy.
You know what? I am. I am. I think it's going to be, well.
Sometimes I can't tell with your delivery whether you're serious or not.
I am excited about the Olympics. Look, I absolutely love the Four Nations. I thought it was one of the greatest hockey events I've seen in a long time. I was lucky enough to be at the Vancouver Olympics with you guys. Mm-hmm. I was lucky enough to be at Salt Lake Olympics prior to that, and a few, so I've always really enjoyed. I remember sitting in Salt Lake City, Canada, US. It was like unbelievable. I was working in the league at the time, and it was unbelievable excitement to watch those games, So I'm really looking forward to it. And the US, let's not kid ourselves. The US, they were good back in 2010. They were good in Salt Lake, but now they're real good. So it's going to be great hockey. Both teams are great teams. So I just hope they both end up getting to the final, which they should.
Well, you just have to wonder, the rosters that were picked by the end of the year, how many more changes are we going to see? We've already seen one on the American team with Seth Jones being replaced by a young Lacombe out of the Ducks. And who else? Who else?
Let's hope we see a couple with Canada for sure. Somehow, some way, Sam Bennett's got to be in that tournament for me. For me, he's got to be there. But
I thought you were going to go with Evan Bouchard after his big point production the other night.
Interesting. And off the rails, a month ago, I brought his name up. I said, and everybody's dead against Evan Bouchard, and I sort of said, he's pretty. I know he's a lot one-dimensional. I get all that. I get he makes mistakes. But you need offensive defensemen to win this tournament. You need some offense on that back end. And I look at their back end, and I don't know if there's enough offense there after Makar. I'm not
really?
sure. I think Doughty hasn't had a point since he's been named to the team. And Sanheim and these guys.
But Theodore's pretty good.
Yeah. And I think they're good players, but I don't see a lot of point. You got to produce points from the back end guys to win. You got to produce points to win games from your back end. I've said it for years. If you don't get 150 points from your defense, you don't make the playoffs in the NHL.
That was your number?
That was my number. If you don't get 150 points from your back end in the regular season, you have a hard time making the playoffs.
Which is why you drafted Rusty Klesla where you did.
Well, I drafted Rusty Klesla where I did because I lost out on Gabrick. He was the third pick.
No, but you said I need a good defenseman, right? Rusty Klesla was there.
As Daren's buddy Hartnell said to me, who went 6 in the Rusty Klesla draft, he said, "Yeah, that was a good pick for you, Doug. Left me at 6." Do you remember when Hartnell said that?
It's with a big smile on his face the whole time.
You know what? He might have been right, but anyway.
That's
Rusty
a good
was a hell of a prospect. That's
a good angle for a book. I took this player because somebody else went ahead.
It's a little long, but you're right.
It's a little bit like draft day,
Yeah. How's the new book?
The new book is into Simon and Schuster, and it went into Simon and Schuster. So the manuscript has gone to Simon and Schuster, and it will come out on the first or second Tuesday in October. So I'm excited about it. It's I don't know if I can release it, but really it's the life of an NHL general manager is what it is. And I interviewed like 40 GMs, presidents, people, league people. It was good. Greg Oliver worked with me on it, and we're excited about the book. We really are. I hope it's going to be okay. We'll see.
Good. Hey, before we let you go, best team in Canada, Montreal or Edmonton?
Oh, I'm taking Edmonton. Probably
Montreal has more points.
I know, but I'm taking Edmonton as a better team, and I Montreal, credit to them. They've got some unbelievably great young talent. Their goaltending still. Monteblanc's come back, and he's not good enough, I don't think, to lead them. I mean, if the other kids can do it, that's the other. But I don't think he's the guy. Do they need to add? If they add at the deadline, there's a lot of talk about Kadri and some of these guys. If they can add a legitimate number 2 centerman, I think it would make a major difference in their team. I like them. They've done a good job there. Jeff Gordon, may be one of the most underrated guys in the NHL. JD told me that for a long time. I remember Jeff when he was in Boston. This is a guy that worked in their press box with the Boston Bruins, Jeff Gordon. And he did a great job in Boston, did a great job with the Rangers, and now has done a great job. He and Kent Hughes have done a great job there, and Marty, Since Marty quit doing the interviews when he was doing the stair climb, he's done a much better job.
Well, yeah. Doug, you'll be doing that soon too, after your personal trainer stuff.
Shanny, I already am.
Yeah.
Only I got the ropes going at the same time.
Can you jump out of the pool onto the pool deck, out of the water, like some of these athletes do?
That's a Chris Kreider. Chris Kreider, that one.
I'm still walking down the steps and walking up the steps of the pool, and I find walking up the steps tough enough.
Yeah.
Well, you look good, my friend.
Oh,
you do. I love hearing you. There's Doug MacLean on 100% hockey. You want to stay for another half an hour?
No. I've enjoyed it though. I really enjoyed it.
Oh,
and thanks for the merchandise. I see you got the hat on. Thanks for the merchandise. But don't worry about it. It's like Nick. Don't worry about me. It's all one way.
I'll get you at the royal wedding this summer.
Hold on. Your hat's right here. Your hat is right here. Yeah. It's,
yeah.
it's right
What's it got? JD's name underneath it?
No. It's got 100% hockey at the back. No, this is Doug MacLean's hat. But you know what? I guess I have to go across the line to mail it to you. So
I went out and had lunch with Rimmer the other day.
Oh,
First time I've seen him in a year and a half. And, well, I drove 25 minutes to get out to his house. He tells everybody he lives in Delray. Okay, I drive 25 minutes to his house, and when you see the first alligator come out of the Everglades, you turn right, and he's right out there. And I said, I met two guys, Jeff and another buddy of mine. I met the both of them. I said, the only time I ever come out here is when I'm taking the kids on one of those alligator boat rides. That's the only time I ever come out this far. So anyway, oh my God, they're excited. So we had a great visit.
Who bought?
Good, but I'm glad you guys are.
It wasn't me. It was a guy that he was my financial advisor for 20 years, so he felt obligated to buy.
Oh, good.
Rimmer certainly didn't, I'll tell you that.
No.
By the way, Rimmer's doing a book. Rimmer's got a book coming out.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the angle there?
I can't announce it, but
it's too late.
All I said to him is, "You're serious?"
Was that before or after he asked you to write the foreword?
Yes.
I can't believe that this guy's written a book.
No. Listen. Him and his ghostwriter phoned me and asked me if my literary agent would should they talk to him, and I said, well, typically, guys, they're looking for just somebody with a little more national presence. And that
hurts. It will sell in Columbus. The book will sell in Columbus.
Rimmer's goal, and he's told me this emphatically, his goal is to sell one more book than mine sells.
Oh. That's a high bar. Doug, that's a high bar.
No, hopefully he does well off it.
Columbus Municipal Library is going to have to order a lot of books.
Oh, that's hurtful. That's hurtful.
It is.
Libraries are important to book sales.
He does have some great stories. He does have some great stories.
Can you tell them all? That's the question. Okay, go to whatever you're going to do. Say hi to Jill.
Okay, guys. Hey, thanks a million for having me on. Really appreciate it.
Oh, my God.
With the NHL app, you can listen to every NHL game right from your phone. And with home and away broadcast feeds, you choose your way to listen.
And he scores!
Whether you're at work, at the gym, or stuck in traffic, the NHL app puts you right in the action all season long. Every team, every game, everywhere you go. Download the NHL app and never miss a moment.
You going to try the Skull Crusher? I don't even know whether that's what happened with Craig.
I know you find this hard to believe, but the closest I have ever been to a weight room was I drove within a couple of miles of a Planet Fitness one day.
You went into the parking lot to eat your burger?
I think I might have stopped there to make a phone call and have a taco or two. Yeah. That's there isn't a way.
We're making fun of Mac doing this, but that's a good thing for him. It's a good thing.
Yeah, well,
but the Skull Crusher is weird. What happened to Craig is wild, and that is as nasty of a scar as I've seen in a long time.
And the fascination for me is with Craig Berube. Nobody wears a scar better than Craig Berube. Because it's not as if it doesn't even affect him. Life goes on. If I was the coach of the Maple Leafs and I had something like that, I might wear a hat.
I was going to say maybe an old Tam, like a paperboy hat, something like that.
Yeah. Like Toe Blake used to wear one at practice. I would have worn a hat, but not Craig. He's
a fedora would be a nice touch for Chief.
Well, we could go the Punch Imlach route or the Blake route, but yeah, I know. But I would have worn a like a good old a Ben Hogan hat, one of those Hogan hats. It would have been good. He might do it to change the luck of the hockey club.
I haven't had a chance to talk to Mitch Marner since he went through Toronto. So this is just my perspective. Watching what that happened, both with his return and then the subsequent fall off by the Maple Leafs and now this controversy, he's probably sitting back going, I'm great where I am right now. I'm totally in my element with the Vegas Gold. I'm competing for a Stanley Cup, and I'm not putting up with any of that.
Here's the one thing that impressed me, and it's over the last 7 days of Vegas-Toronto games. There was no doubt in my mind, particularly after the second game, the game in Toronto, that Mitch Marner could look down the bench or look in the dressing room at his teammates and say, these guys got my back. Mm-hmm. You know, Jack Eichel, Mark Stone,
you see the embrace Jack and Mitch after the game?
No, and that, Daren, that's my point. That is absolutely my point. That the environment that has been and the culture that has been built in Vegas is perfect for Marner at this stage in his life. You can't help but be happy for the person. I'm not worried about the player, but happy for the person that he's gone to a situation where there's mutual respect, there's camaraderie, and it will pay. And once he gets familiar, because we've all moved. I've moved, and it takes you more than 3 months to get used to living in a place and with a new job. That I think by the time the playoffs come, we will see full bore Mitch Marner playing the way.
Well, compare that to the shots of the bickering on the bench in Toronto.
Well, no, everything. Everything. I have the utmost respect for what has gone on from a pure culture point of view with a single hockey team, and I don't think Marner couldn't have gone to a better place, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that because you're on this show.
No, you'd double down. You'd hammer me if you could.
Damn right.
5 points back of a playoff spot, Toronto.
Yep.
It looked like they turned a corner, and now
Austin Matthews was the best. Pace. Austin Matthews for a 10-game window was the best player in hockey. He was unbelievable. He was spectacular. Something happened. He's not getting the puck as much again. They need to get Matthews the puck in Toronto. If he doesn't have the puck, they can't score.
They need to goaltending, right?
Yes. Yeah, and hopefully Stolarz and Wall will be able to fix that. But they put Anthony Stolarz in a really tough spot on Friday night too. Now, by the way, I must admit though, it was the quietest debut for a hockey player in the history of the National Hockey League after all the fanfare was Rasmus Andersson.
Oh no! Okay, I'll follow it up. He makes his debut, and nobody talks about it with the Marner thing. And then he goes into Ottawa. He scores his first goal as a Vegas Golden Knight, and it's overshadowed because of the result. He deserves some love right now.
Well, when they maybe in Montreal, or maybe perhaps when the team goes home, maybe there'll be a little more. Here's Rasmus Andersson, who is going to be and play a vital role for that team down the stretch.
And great timing by Steve Hetzer and the schedule maker, because he right now, Anderson can't play in the United States, immigration, and that process is being cleared up. So because of the Canadian road trip, he's able to get in the lineup.
You're giving Steve Hatzapetros credit for Rasmus Anderson being able to play?
The influence of Steve is incredible. You guys don't appreciate his reach.
And why? I mean,
who's got your back? It's Millard. It's got your back.
Tell you what, you get the VGK, general counsel. Get this fixed with the immigration people. Come on now. It didn't help that the first game he was supposed to play was a holiday. But it should be fixed by now. Come on.
It's a, as we say, it's a process.
It's a process.
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 Different on which side of the border. I remember getting hammered on that when I first moved down here. Thanks to Doug MacLean for joining us on 100% Hockey. Share it, like it, tell all your friends. Give us some feedback. I'd love to hear from you on whatever platform you're watching, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Apple, whether it's Spotify, whether it's Podbean, Amazon.
Podbean. That's right.
Yeah, Podbean.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, lots of good guests coming up in the next couple of weeks. Lots of good guests.
Looking forward to it.
Including
you don't like to let us know.
Well, including the Deputy Commissioner of the National Hockey League's coming on soon. Jimmy Nill, General Manager of the Dallas Stars, coming on soon. A few other media stars coming on soon.
Stretch drive to the Olympic break with 100% hockey with Millard and Shannon.
What 100% what?
Hockey.
Okay. I wasn't sure what you said there.
Hockey.
Remember, every time somebody says 100%, you say hockey.
Hockey.